Bienvenidos a Naturaleza Virtual. Seguimos viajando por el mundo y otra vez volvemos al Líbano. Este país tiene mucho que ofrecer y nos cuesta marcharnos. Sus callejuelas, su historia, su cultura, pero sobre todo su gente, nos han enganchado para siempre. Esta vez nos vamos a la zona fronteriza con Siria. Este lugar está lleno de industria y agricultura, y es aquí donde se localiza TurbaFarm, un proyecto de agricultura regenerativa liderado por mujeres. Quédate para saber más.
TurbaFarm is a byproduct of Farmsnotarms. Farmsnotarms started, 2022? Maybe 2017. Jihan started with research, coming up to the Bekaa, learning more about the agricultural sector. The Bekaa being the area where most of the agriculture happens in Lebanon. And also the area where there's the most number of refugees, Syrian refugees.
Here?
Yeah, in the Bekaa. And and usually like the refugees are they work the land, basically. They are the ones who are the most integrated in the agricultural sector in Lebanon, weirdly. But so Farmsnotarms started as this, and then it started as a community of people from all around the world building this design of what is now TurbaFarms, okay? And we all came up with a design of that follows, if you want, permaculture principles, regenerative farming, and a way to grow fruits and vegetables to use the most space we can, so like grow 3 times more the amount of food than conventional ways of farming. And so in year 2020, Farmsnotarms won a competition in New York by the Rockefeller Foundation.
Really?
And this was the seed money to start TurbaFarm.
Okay.
So here we are today in TurbaFarm. And TurbaFarm is a regenerative farm. When I say regenerative, I mean in all aspects you can think of: soil, air, water, anything. And we're also an educational farm. We still haven't done the educational program, but we've written like a curriculum, and we want to be able to teach this to anyone who wants to learn this way of farming, of living. And so basically here what we do is we grow all kinds of vegetables, of course organically. We are a no-till farm, no-till, no use of big tractors, no turning the land. So this is our second year, our second season. So last year we built these raised beds, like 120 of them, which took a long time. Took us like a month. Yeah, they're 30 meters long, the beds, so it was intense. But the raised
with
bed,
your hands?
it was shovel, basically. Shoveling, we kept shoveling for a month. And the point of the raised bed is so you build your soil on it. There's the pathway for you to step on, for you to compact as much as you want. And then there's the raised bed where it's like sacred, holy. Exactly. We use like interplanting, companion planting. The land is divided into plots. Each family of crops is in each plot. And then we do crop rotation the year after. And in the winter we never leave any bare soil, either cover crop, which we then mow down and like how you're doing,
Yeah.
let it decompose and add to organic matter. I was always passionate about nature, as you know, going camping, being in nature, all this. And I was studying mechanical engineering in university,
Nothing.
and I was halfway there, mechanical aerospace engineering.
Okay.
And I was halfway there. I did 2 years and a half, and then I just quit university. And I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life or with my life or whatever. And then I realized the Holy Spirit is not gonna come and
Yeah.
so anyways, it was the same a time period in my life, 2016. I was starting to become very conscious about what I'm eating, where it's coming from, organic, pesticides. I was vegetarian for 3 years. You know, this whole like awakening.
Yeah. When you realize that you were
Yeah.
doing everything wrong.
Yeah. And then I quit university and I'm like, okay, what makes me happy? I like nature. I'm happy when I'm in nature. I know it has like what I want to do is something physical, not like office job.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just an idea. I was camping at this eco-village in Lebanon. They had a small organic garden, and it was just a thought. And I followed the thought, and it was like
I think it always
the best thing I ever did.
I think we always have to follow our thoughts because something
Like
speaks.
instinct more
Yeah.
than, you know, it was more of a intuition or
inside.
instinct. Yeah, yeah.
What's the weather like here?
The weather, it's always sunny here, which is good. It is sometimes extra hot, like we've had heat waves last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and a lot of the peppers and tomatoes, like they're burnt, you know, even though watermelons. So a lot of spinach, you know, you can see the spinach here. The like white stuff, it's all burnt from the heat. But we suffer mainly with pests, you know, there's especially in the Bekaa. And because everybody surrounding us is conventional farm, so we have a lot of pests here, a lot of diseases, a lot of fungus, a lot of viruses.
What is the best about the life you have chosen about growing your project?
Many things. For me personally, I am more in touch with myself, with my senses. I am more grounded. It can be very hectic, you know, very busy, very fast, but I always have time to look around. Okay, or like a butterfly passes by and okay, everything is fine, you know. But also it's very fulfilling because I feel like I'm actually doing something, you know, like 80% of our topsoil is dead, you know that. So I feel like this gives me anxiety when I think about it, the water, the pollution, you know. So this is fulfilling to me.
And what
Like
is
I'm doing something that matters.
it's great.
Yeah, it's more about just eating healthy, you know.
It's about the world. It's our house, and we are
Exactly.
just destroying it.
Exactly.
Yeah, few of us are recovering it,
And it's
important.
more, you know, we are very dependent on our government, and especially like all Lebanese are starting to realize that now, you know. Example, the wheat crisis, you know. If we had more sovereignty over our food security, this wouldn't have happened to us if we grow our own wheat, right? So yeah, it gives you power, not just, you know, independence, power. And yeah, I think this is how our country at least will have a chance to change for the better.
No, and every family should have control over the food.
Yeah, to a certain level. Yeah.
And what is the worst about this? About this kind of living?
Physically, I would have to say, like the physical part, which is okay at first, but like 5-6 years later it gets a bit tiring. And this is when you start to like really build your soil, so that after you don't need to خلاص, you just plant and harvest.
Are you sure?
No. And you know, I always meet like older farmers, and I always think they are older than they are, which scares me. I think, okay, he's 80 years old and he's like 60. Like, what? You're very young. Why do you look this old?
We are going
and I
that
think
way.
to myself, like, I don't want to be like this, you know? I think when you don't know what you want to do in or with your life, you see that life is very hard and there's no jobs. But if you know what you want, or you can tell where you want to be in 5 years, the stupid question that they used to ask us in school, but really, like, if you know this, everything will be easier, everything will open up. It's more about attitude and what you believe is gonna come than reality, really, or what you think is reality. I think Lebanon is the worst place to be right now, so if we can find some jobs, I think you definitely will.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's more in the head.
I have something for you.
Really?
Yes.
What?
We have some friends in Spain that work with clay and they build ceramic.
No way!
Yes, and we brought you one piece of the art.
Oh.
I hope you like it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I love it! I love it!
It's handmade.
Thank you so much!
It's your time.
I love it!
We are very thankful for you to show us your space and your project, which is amazing.
It was nice to meet you. Till when are you staying in Lebanon?
Ya nos marchamos del Líbano. Ha sido corto pero intenso y tenemos más lugares que descubrir. Muchas gracias, chicas, por enseñarnos vuestro proyecto. En el siguiente viaje nos vamos a Italia, donde nuestro amigo Mario nos enseñará cómo regenerar y cuidar el suelo, así como su proyecto de permacultura en Badolato, al sur del país. Si te interesa lo que ves, suscríbete para no perderte nada.